So WakeMed in Cary, North Carolina, a hospital, at least they call themselves a hospital, an excuse for a hospital, they are threatening to, I guess, bar me from their campus because I filmed a Karen freaking out at me, completely unprovoked. I'd never seen this woman before in my life. Anyway, they're trying to intimidate me into submission. They're trying to bully me into silence, basically. And so basically, yeah, I had been abused a number of visits in the past. I don't willingly go there anymore, for the most part. Definitely as a patient. But unfortunately, I've been trying to get my medical records for reasons. It's actually related to the abuse they've inflicted on myself and other patients. But I need access to my records. I've tried calling them. They're kind of purposely impenetrable. They're deliberately very hard to reach. Finally, I go up physically to the campus. I make sure to record at least audio while I'm there. Because I know how they can be from the past. Anyway, as I was pulling in, it's like almost every spot was taken. There was finally one spot, but there was a lady coming the other direction who looked like she was going to take the spot. So I stopped and I waited, and she sat there, and sat there, and she sat there. And then finally she pulled in. I think I was about to pull forward, and then she pulled in, so I kept driving. I didn't see any others, so I resolved I was going to just pull in front, the little loop, and then put my hazards on, because I only need to be in there for a minute or so. And as I was passing, I heard the lady, she rolled down her window, or maybe she opened the door, I forget, but she was like shouting at me. I'm like, I was kind of like, that's kind of strange. Wait, is this aimed at me? And I rolled down the window, it was like, fuck this, and fuck that, and fuck, and I was like, what is she... Like, lady, what's your problem? What's going on? And she's like, you need to slow the fuck down. I'm like, I was not moving at all. Like, I was sitting there waiting for her. And when I moved, I was not going very fast at all, so I don't know what she meant by that. Maybe, I'm going to guess she confused me for someone else. I started the camera rolling at some point. Sometimes people say in these cases, it doesn't happen that often, but I try to record them when they do. And people often drop the whole, like... oh, well, how do we know what happened before? Like, how do we know you just didn't provoke them? And then, well, I can assure you I didn't, and I'm pretty honest. But, of course, the reason I don't have anything from before is, I started recording when she started freaking out. Like, I don't go around recording everything 24/7. I don't have that kind of space on my technology. So anyway, this crazy lady just won't calm down no matter what I say. I could not pacify her. And to be fair, I did get a little snarky at some point. That's pretty much the worst thing about me, is I say words sometimes that are considered petty or, needling, I guess. Yeah, I can be a little, I guess snarky is the best word. But that's pretty much the worst of it. Anyway, I got her license plate and everything, which, by the way, is, hang on, let me check, it just was here. It is a Virginia license plate. It's 759542. So anyway, yeah, I went ahead and parked in front, just with my hazards on, the little loop. Went in, talked to the people about, what needed doing and everything regarding the reason I was actually there. And I did see her one more time, and I thought I'd gotten a picture of her during the video. You can do that. In certain cases, you can, tap a little thing while the video's recording. It'll get a picture. I guess I didn't. I guess it just didn't work when I tapped it. So, yeah, I happened to see her when I was in there. I got another picture of her. I don't think she saw when I did that, but she caught I guess I caught her eye at some point. Now, she started screaming about... I think I have part of this on audio or whatever. I don't have this part on video, but, yeah, she started shouting about how I followed her in there, like I was just some creep following her around. I'm like, do you really think I went to the hospital to find someone to follow in from the parking lot? I was just hoping someone would randomly attack me out of nowhere so that I could therefore stalk them into the place after they'd, attacked me. So I think I'm trying to remember before or after that. I don't know the exact timeline, but I did tell the same people I've been talking to about the records thing. I told them, yeah, this lady is just harassing me, basically. She's like, won't stop no matter what I say, won't leave me alone. Anyway, she tried to turn it into I followed her into there. I'm like, I was already going into there. I went to the hospital so that I could walk into the hospital to request some information. Pretty straightforward. Anyway, day later, and I did post it to YouTube, and I guess she found it, probably because I said where it was. And anyway, I didn't even directly hear from the hospital, but I guess they somehow were able to figure out who I was by going through my blood relatives. And one of them was telling me that they're like threatening to bar me from their campus if I don't take the video down. And so I didn't actually take it down. And by the way, I checked today, and the views have shot up miraculously. But I've gotten a few very nasty troll comments, and they're trying to pull the, what do you call it, the switcheroo, the Uno reverse. Like, no, actually, you're the Karen for recording the Karen. Like documenting Karen behavior is more Karen-like than actual Karen behavior, I guess. Anyway, yeah, they're threatening to not let me back onto their campus if I don't take the video down. And I thought about it, and I'm like, oh, the horror. I don't have to be forced to endure more medical abuse. Oh, no. And yeah, I don't willingly go there as a patient if I can help it. So I thought about just leaving it up for that reason. By the way, I didn't actually take it down. I made it private. I fully intend to unprivate it at some point. But I guess I'll just add a little context. But yeah, WakeMed regularly abuses their patients. And they're very careful about not letting that get out. It's not the first time they've done something like this. But yeah, they're threatening me to... It's basically censorship, in so many words. Yeah, I think they just are not keen on having bad PR. To which I say, too bad. You shouldn't abuse your patients if you're afraid of, bad PR. If you're afraid of negative attention, then yeah, don't behave negatively. It's pretty simple. I think it was Anne Lamott who said, I don't remember the exact quote, but it was something like, regarding writing memoirs, she said something like, people are not owed anonymity. If they wanted you to write warmly about them, they should have behaved better. So anyway, now, yeah, they're threatening to... And I thought about doing it just, so I wouldn't have to put up with WakeMed anymore and their malpractice. Which, by the way, I am actually in the process of writing to the NC Medical Board about the malpractice. Like, they can't keep getting away with this kind of thing. Anyway, it's kind of funny that I told them, yeah, there's a lady harassing me, and I even have video evidence of it, and now they're threatening to censor me. I guess somehow they think that makes them look bad, which is also kind of telling. But I'm going to go out on a limb here, take a wild guess. That lady is just embarrassed because, again, I posted it publicly, and you can all see how she behaves. But yeah, the hospital is freaking out now because they think I made them look bad. In the end, I've decided, fine, I'm here to take it down. I'll make it private for a bit, and then, wait a little bit, and then probably open it up again. I did get a bunch of likes. I mean, I don't really care about online attention or offline, but, whatever it is, what it is. But yeah, the only reason I decided to retain access to the stupid campus is in case I have to go there for some reason, like for retrieving files or maybe visiting someone else. But yeah, as far as medical practice, they have not done a good job, and I've been there a number of times. Hopefully, if I have to go to the hospital again at some point for any reason, I'll be able to go to a different one. Ideally, a legitimate, proper, decent hospital. But no, I'm not going to just roll over and accept defeat. I'm not going to shut my mouth, which is what they clearly want. They're going to keep trying to suppress information I'm releasing about the way they treat their patients. I'm going to keep publicly talking about it, because they don't scare me. They're going to keep trying to bully me into silence. Well, they can keep trying. Anyway, if someone behaves Karenistically in that way toward me, and I have the ability to record it, I will publicly post it. They are not owed anonymity, and this lady is clearly nuts. I'm actually probably going to wait a little bit to post this. Wait until they probably move on, think about something else, whatever, and then I'll post it on a different channel. We'll see. The one channel they, of course, know about now, but I'll just keep posting it. It'll be like whack-a-mole for them, trying to get them all away. If they're going to try to be punitive and retaliate against me, so be it. They want to go to war, I'm just going to reveal publicly a little more of what they've done and encourage others to send me testimony or evidence, ideally, of the same.